Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to talk to you about the Javazon Amazon budget builds, ladder starting builds that you can play on day one on the ladder if you desire to do so. It doesn't have to always be like a sorceress that you start out with. There are a great variety of other characters that excel at different things, and Amazon is one of these characters. Budget gear means very low gear that you can find either by leveling or by just like hitting hell area. Most of this stuff you can also already find in Nightmare. So let's take a look at the gear. We have just blue javelins and then some other rare javelins here. You can just shop for these or you will find these. There's nothing special about them. There really isn't anything that you particularly need in the beginning. I mean, attack speed is nice, but for the poison jav build it's not so important. For the lightning Javazon build it is maybe better to have some attack speed, but you can just look at the vendor for these. Then we have a lower helmet and a rare amulet with Amazon skill levels and all res, rhyme shield, smoke armor for the resistances that we need. We have Vidala's fetlock, so just some boots with faster run walk would suffice. You can actually shop better ones with faster run walk and resistances. We have a ring with some attack rating on it and some resistances. We don't really need attack rating actually. We have a belt with resistances and plus life. We have another rare ring with some resistance on it. It's actually the same one. That's curious. And we have +3 to javelin and spear skills gloves with a weakened charge, which doesn't really matter. But these you can just shop at Charcy or Anya. Ideally you would have +3 javelin and 20 attack speed. The optimal level to shop these at Charcy in Hell is character level 68 to 74, where 68 is optimal, or at Anya in Nightmare or Hell at character level 75 plus. So look out for these +3 to jab skills gloves, and then they also have 20 attack speed. They're not only very valuable, they're also very good for trading it off if you want, but using it if you have an Amazon, of course, or Javazon. Other than that, we don't really have anything right here. So that's it for the gear. And then of course in the attribute sector, we only have enough strength to equip our gear and also some dexterity, depending on what javelin you use. I think I have this because I tried out some bow or something. And the rest into vitality. Also a low resist one is very nice, and you can shop these also. So if you want to check out how to shop these, check out the link in the description below. I made a video about how to shop lower resist ones. Lastly, the Mercenary is an Act 1 Mercenary. We don't really need her and she's probably just gonna die, but if you want to run a Mercenary that maybe survives a little bit better than an Act 2 Mercenary and grants you some insight, you can put it in a bow, slap it on an Act 1 Mercenary, give her some treachery or Tarashes or whatever you have, and pray that she is not dying too fast. Freezing Arrow is nice for that. It gives a little bit more survivability, so you can do that. Then first up, the build that we are looking at is the Poison Javazon. For Poison Javazon, we put 20 into Poison Javelin, 20 into Plague Javelin to max out our damage, and we are using Plague Javelin because it does the damage over 7.8 seconds, while Poison Javelin needs 56 seconds to apply all the damage, which in total per second is way worse than Plague Javelin. Passive magic, very important. We max out Valkyrie and we max out Decoy. These are very important tanks for us, while we are sitting behind throwing the Poison Javelins. They are tanking every bit of damage for us. Other than that, only 1 point into these passives, and then we actually have 7 skill points remaining, so you can put any of these as you choose. Evade, avoid, dodge, they are pretty nice. Then let's head up into some gameplay. First up, I'm going to do Travincal with this build. It's very budgety, and Travincal is a very hard area, but because we have Valkyrie, because we have Decoy, we can actually do this. Might want to summon them again, right up the spot. There's a lot of Hydras. We can also use our lower resist wand. recast our decoy, not here, yeah, up there. Our mercenary is not surviving this at all, of course. And while it does take some time, we are able to actually kill the council and farm the Travincal if we want. Though resist again helps with applying more damage, it lowers the poison resistance. And there you go. That is the Travincal Council. Next up, we're gonna take a look at the cow level.
Yes.
It's not as chaotic and hectic in here. I like it a bit better for that reason. We do have to move a lot. We can do it. That's fairly amazing in like this low of a gear status. A huge upgrade to this build is Tranquil's Gloves, because it gives you plus 20% of poison damage. So if you can get your hand on these, that's very nice. Also Bramble, but it's very expensive. And then plus skills will help you with your damage output. But for cow level, we actually want to look at the Lightning Fury Javazon, which is way stronger. And that's what we're gonna take a look on next. Alright, the Lightning Javazon. It is the same gear that we are using in the Poison Javazon, so all the same here. As for the build itself, we have 20 into Lightning Fury, 20 into Lightning Bolt, 20 into Charge Strike, 20 into Lightning Strike, and then the rest of our points to Power Strike, so more levels we gain, then we can pump our damage a little bit further. Passive, I just put 1 point into each of these. Pierce, you could put a little bit more if you are on a budget, because we actually want more Pierce. So you can maybe not put as much in the Power Strike and put more into Pierce if you want. If you happen to find like a Razor Tail early on, then it would be ideal, because it gives you 33% Pierce as well. And that's already it, and that's already enough, and you can actually do this almost naked. You just need some javelins, go into the cow level, and herd some cows. The more cows on the screen, the better. Just have to be very careful that you don't get hit, because we are fairly squishy. As you can see, this is just amazing. So strong. But against single targets, it's not so strong. We have Charge Strike for that. And also, there tend to be lightning immunes here. As you can see right here. One of these is lightning immune, which is fairly annoying. And we are not strong enough to use jab or something to kill it, so we're just gonna run away for now. To change up. Why are they all so low? Okay. We might use be able to use low resist to break the lightning immunity, but even then our damage is not so great against these single lightning immune monsters. Combination of the Thunder Charm of breaking lightning immunes and low resist would be better. Yeah, the more cows you herd, the better, and the more Pierce you have, the better. So aim for gear that gives you Pierce, like Razor Tail, like Wisdom in a helmet. I think it's Pull if out, something like that. The highest rune you need is a Pull rune that I know for the Wisdom. And you can also farm some other areas as well, but they tend to be a lot of lightning immunes around the block, so you need to find the right spots, and then depending on what terror zone we're at, Could be a good zone to farm, could be not, but you can always default to cow level. Eldritch is also fairly quick and easy. Boom. Done. And Shank, I think, is also not lightning immune, if I recall correctly. You can just throw your spear in here, and it's almost done already. Charge Strike will take care of the rest. Ooh, a rare jewel. Let's take a look at that, just out of curiosity. Fast hit recovery, min damage attack. It kind of has everything, but everything is pretty low aside from fast hit recovery. So there you go. This is the Lightning Fury Amazon. Very, very nice to start on ladder because you can immediately farm cow level, and people like to see it in Bale runs because it just does massive damage very, very fast. And that is it for the Amazon as a ladder starting character. Really, really powerful Javazon builds. Unfortunately, the bow builds are not as strong, that's why I didn't include it. There's some merit into Freezing Arrow build, and there is some stuff like Eagle Horn that gives you like plus damage, or was it minus resistance of enemies, but it's not as strong as the Javazon, and it's not as easy to farm with if you are like solo farming on Battle.net with it. So I highly recommend, if you like Amazon, to start out with Plague Javazon or Lightning Fury Javazon. If you're looking for more budget builds in general, look in the description below for links to more Diablo 2 Resurrected budget builds. If you like this kind of video, please like and consider subscribing. And I see you in the next one. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.